In this section I'm going to talk a little bit about volume settings. On this kit we've got probably 3 main places we can set volumes. So to understand why there's 3 and what they're for, I'm going to briefly talk you through that now. So the obvious one is up here, right? We've got a master volume out. So everything that's coming out of this drum kit is coming to you through the system, through the master outs. When I hit the drum, you hear it, and so on. Headphones, obviously, that goes to my headphones, and the mix in is everything that comes to the mix in, what I get in my headphones or what I get back out front. Now when we go to a kit, we've got a mixer. So let's go through that. If I press the mixer button down here, you see this mixer appears. This is a factory reset kit, or default kit. So the snare at the moment has been set to 125, kick to 120 and so on. So the first thing I can do, I can match that kit. Well, this has been set by Roland, but it may be that I've got a real bassy system. So I might have lots of subs and only a couple of little top speakers. So I might be like, there's way too much bass there. I might take my kick drum down a little bit. Right, my snare might be too quiet, so I take that right the way up. Right, so that's the first place that I'm going to set this kit. Now, when I go to a different kit and then come back, those settings there will be kept. So remember that. So I'd go through every kit that I'm going to use on a gig, and I'd set it up like that first of all. Next thing that might happen. Once I've done that and I've gone through and got all my settings, I might just get to one of the kits and the mixture's awesome. My toms sound great with my snare and my bass drum, but the whole kit is too quiet compared to all the rest. So that would then mean going back into my mixer and putting every one of these up by 5 or 10 or whatever it needs to do. So what we have to help us with that is there's a kit volume. Now, let's just see if I can remember where this one is. I'm pretty sure it's in... Yeah, that was a good guess. Right, so function from the main screen brings up kit volume there. So this particular kit, 114. If I hit it, higher and lower. So I adjust the whole kit volume in there, kit to kit. I adjust the individual instruments in the mixer screen. Now my third place is over here. These sliders, these group faders. What's the point in those? Well, when you go from gig to gig with this kit, you might find that a certain room makes the snare drum sound really loud. And all that means is I come in here and I adjust my snare for that particular venue. I may find that I'm playing that PA I spoke about earlier with 5 subs and 2 tops. This next gig I get there and they've got no subs and just the vocals kind of rig. I might have to turn the kick right up. And so that would be something that I would change very often during a gig, whereas the other ones would be set there kind of permanently. And for volumes, I think that's just about it. There's one other section that will make a big difference for your volumes, and that's your let's have a look there now. That's the EQ on each instrument. If I just briefly show you this now, I'll do another section on this, but if I quickly go into the EQ, I hit my bass drum, and you can see here at the moment that there's been +2 added to 2000 Hz, which is a high frequency. The middle frequencies, they've taken away 6, and the low frequencies, they've added nothing at the moment. So I could go into that low frequency, and most bass drums are around about 60, that kind of area. So I could go to 63 on here, and I could say, well, let's add a load of low end, and then that's great. Now the problem with that is that's per kit. That's not across the board, all right? That particular setting that I've got there. So per kit, I then might go to my next kit and I change it, and so on and so forth.